Hi, this is Terry Ensberg. Ooh, I watched the presidential debate last night, the first one. I don't have a quote for that. There is no quote for that. I don't know what that was, but it didn't need a moderator, it needed a bouncer. I'm disoriented today after watching that. I didn't even want to get up today. You know if how it is if you've ever had this experience, you know somebody is sick. They're in the hospital. You know it's bad, but you go visit them. And when you get to the hospital, you take one look at them and you realize, oh, this is really bad. This is worse than I thought. I've had a little bit of that reaction last night and this morning. And I'm not going to get political here about taking sides because I'm pretty sure you're getting a lot of that already. I want to talk about the overall health of the democracy, and really I want to talk about how I feel about it because plenty of news stories out there to tell you all about that, about the health of everything. But I had more of a palpable sense of the nation's dysfunction from watching. I don't even want to call it a debate. That Than I have had from reading news stories, from hearing journalists talk, from seeing individuals talk, individual candidates or uh, politicians talk. If one of my kids went to a kindergarten that was run like that so-called debate, I would immediately pull them out and put them in a better school or no school, which would be even better. That'd be better than that. It's so discouraging and disorienting, and I can't help but compare to the debates I've watched through the years, and I can't help but notice that 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, that could not have happened. A thing like whatever that thing was we watched last night, it just couldn't have happened. I mean, it's like it's from another world. The the stunner here is how fast the deterioration has happened. That two people in competition for the position of the most important, powerful person on the planet, okay, on the planet, could enter a debate and have it go like that. And again, not getting political, but I think that Chris Wallace is a reasonable person, and I'm not saying I agree with him on everything, but I think if he couldn't pull it off, who can? Who could do better without a mechanical thing like a kill switch to shut off a microphone when somebody's going too far or it's not their turn? Not their turn, really? Is that the level this is being dealt with? I mean, isn't that something you're supposed to learn in preschool? I don't know who could I don't think there's a human being who could make that work. And if we get to the point in the national discourse between the two competitors for the most powerful position in the world that mechanical controls are necessary, we better think hard and long about what we're going to do because that's a very dark place to be. That's a very dark place to be. And now it comes down to my personal life because this is all happening on this huge national and international stage. But you watch something like that and you wake up the next morning and you have to get through your own personal day. And I woke up this morning thinking, excuse me, allergies. Okay, so what do I need to do today? And part of me said, who cares? I mean, I have to do it, but really, do I? I mean, it's if I feel like I'm fiddling while Rome burns. If I wash the dishes or not, what is it really going to make a difference compared to what we saw last night or in the context of the country being in that kind of shape? Oh my God. I mean, and again, you could say, well, there was no information there. We already knew what the situation was. but that brought it home in a way that nothing else has for me. One of the very disturbing things about it was how the world reacted. I read an article this morning uh, naming several major countries, several allies, countries that wield a lot of power in the world, and what they thought about it. It wasn't pretty. They don't think well. I mean, they're like, ugh. I mean, they don't. The loss of dignity. This is the loss we're experiencing. Dignity, maturity, seriousness. Really, I think they feel like they saw a barroom brawl or a playground squabble or something, and that as a society we cannot govern ourselves better than that. That we can't enforce, or we don't have it in us to, out of 330 million people, do better than that. Like, we don't have a better idea, we don't have better people, we don't have better, I don't know what. But is this really our best? Is this really the best we can do? So, these are some of my rambling reactions this morning to the, whatever that was last night. And again, as I've mentioned in a previous video or two, eventually it all comes back for me to my own ability to sense the existence of a deep peace that runs under everything. And that takes quiet, it takes mental quiet, not noise, but not mental noise, to tune into. And I haven't had time yet today to settle down, to just let the screaming noises in my head finish up screaming and settle back down to being able to feel that. But that is what I come back to when these things happen. And I don't know how to describe that. I don't know how to convey the sense of that to other people. I'm sure other people feel it to varying degrees, but it's a hard thing to express in human terms. But I did run across, I do know a quote that expresses that. I'm not even sure why, but this is a quote from Ursula Le Guin, who wrote The Wizard of Earthsea. And this is it. Fall back, oh sorry, that's not it. I apologize for the delay. I'm not very well organized today. Here it is. Only in silence the word, only in dark the light, only in dying life, bright the hawk's flight on the empty sky. Thank you for listening. And for my descendants, I want you to know this is a turbulent time. And if you're watching this 20 or 200 years from now, understand that this was the personal experience of one person going through this, and I don't think I'm unique. I think many people feel this today. Talk to you later. Bye.